After running my cleaning business for over a year now, these are my top 5 lead generation channels from my experience and what I recommend. The first being organic. This is just people searching up cleaning services near me, finding my website, finding my Google business profile, and reaching out to us. And I wouldn't say this is the highest volume of leads, but definitely the highest value. All of the majority of my high ticket cleanings that are over $1,000 or more have been through organic, and I'm not really sure why that is, but I find them easiest to close as well. And I think that's because they find our website organically. They're seeing that we're showing up at the top. We have great reviews. They see our before and after photos. They're checking out the website that looks really clean. And then at the time that they call us, they're pretty much ready to move forward. They just got to, iron out some details, mainly the price. But they've already sold themselves because they've bought into the business. They've been looking at it. So I find them easiest to close and highest value. In just the past 2 months, in February and now March, we've generated $12,168 of total revenue just from 7 clients that came organically. And that's a mixture of post-construction cleans for some warehouse, a move-out cleaning for a mansion, some smaller cleanings for houses, like move-out cleanings, but all really high value. And yeah, organic has been the number one lead channel for me. And it's something that I invest into every day. Just there's SEO campaigns you can do. You can buy citations and that sort of thing. So it's not something you have the most control over, right? But it is something with local SEO practices, you can rank your business higher and therefore tap into the demand that's already there. That's the great thing about it. In long term, this is the most sustainable lead channel. My second best lead channel has been Google pay-per-click ads. Also, very high quality leads. I'm seeing I like that I can choose my target. So in the campaign, depending on the keywords I try to bid on, as well as the locations I include and exclude, I can be very targeted with what type of clients I want to get. For instance, right now, I'm trying to get more recurring clients, recurring revenue. For one, more predictable cash flow for the business, and that way I can reinvest more, but also more steady work for the subcontractors I have. That way they stay reliable, they stay happy, and just want to keep working with me. So this month we got 2 new clients, about $750 in recurring monthly revenue. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it is adding. This is the type of thing that it's just more snowballing. And then over the course of 12 months, that's a solid 9 grand of cash flow I know is going to hit the bank. So I really like pay per click ads. And this is the main ad channel that I'm putting my budget into, because I did an analysis on my return on ad spend recently for pay per click, and initially it was profitable, but the return really came from the recurring revenue that was being generated from those clients. And I want to do a video that's going to analyze each of my lead channels and really break down the metrics. But I know for a fact, pay per click, after 7 months of generating recurring revenue from initial clients I got, it was a 6.8 return on ad spend, and it's going to keep growing month after month. So that's why I have it at number 2. So, number 3 is Google local service ads. As you can see, Google is my best friend. I got organic, pay per click, and now local service ads. I recommend local service ads to everyone as the first lead generation channel to try, because it's the easiest to set up. You really don't need much help setting it up. Of course, if you've never done it before, it might seem a little confusing, but you literally just need to give it a budget, tell it where you want to be shown, and you're good to go. Quality lead flow, you're going to get inbound calls, people hitting you up, which you can close them right there. So if you have sales experience, you're good on the phones, it's definitely a lead gen method that I recommend for you. The con with local service ads is that it can be a bit pricey. Same with pay per click. It's a bit pricey, but it's one of those things where you're paying for quality, right? Compared to other lead generation methods. So it's just the trade off that has to happen. The other con for me with local service ads is that there's no signifier when a lead comes through and they call you. So at least in my CRM, it's no easy way to just automatically organize that lead coming in. The CRM saves their number, but it's not putting them into a pipeline. It's not automatically texting them or emailing them, or if I miss their phone number, it'll just hit them back with like the auto missed call text back, but I don't know that it came from LSA. You only know that once you answer the phone. But compared to like pay per click, the system automatically knows they're coming from pay per click. It's going to put them in the pipeline, set up it's going to trigger all the automations that go out to help me convert that lead. So that's why I prefer pay per click right now. But local service ads definitely worth trying out, especially when you're starting off. The next best have been Yelp ads for me. This is the first ad platform I ever used, but I would say it's hit or miss. So a lot of leads for a low cost, and you're going to get people just looking for the lowest price, really. That's been my experience. But the people that we do get as clients, they've been recurring clients for us for almost a year now. And it's been really great. I mean, that's a pretty high return considering I was only spending like $10 a day on Yelp ads. So definitely worth trying out. And I also like that they have an opportunities tab. So you'll just get notifications throughout the day of just random opportunities like jobs that'll pop up, and you can pay Yelp directly a flat fee to get access to that lead, and you can call them up right away. That's how I got my first job. Is I paid $20 for a lead, called them right away, and was able to close it. So I think it's a really good option, especially if you are having a slow day, and you just want to get something going. You're willing to spend 20-30 bucks on a lead and just see if you can make that shake. So definitely like Yelp ads. I know for a fact Florida, New York, Texas, and California, these work the best in. But regardless of where you are, you should try it. I think the point with this video is you should try all these different lead generation methods, see what works best for you, and then once you find out, you just hammer it with all your focus until you reach the threshold. So number 5 for me would be cold emailing. And I would have put cold calling above this, honestly. But as far as total revenue, I generated more from the emailing. So it's something that needs a lot of volume and a lot of patience from you to make it work. It's really great for commercial type of clients to get walkthroughs. For myself, I've gotten some really high value post construction cleanings from the cold emailing, as well as connected with other contractors that are going to pass those jobs along to me. So I like cold emailing too because it's a very low cost compared to paid ads. So with the email software I use, which is Instantly, and the domains I have, I'm spending less than $200 a month to have that running, and then maybe about $50 to $100 a month on new emails and data to feed the system. So compared to like Google ads or even your Yelp ads, this could be for sure the lowest cost type of lead generation method available to you. And now we got some bonus here: cold calling, Thumbtack, Meta ads, which is Facebook and Instagram. Cold calling is something I really like. If this was a lead gen, top 5 lead gen for commercial cleaning, then cold calling is number 1, hands down. It's how I got the majority of my walkthroughs. We generated some move out cleanings with realtors and stuff when I was first starting out, as well as a deep cleaning at an animal hospital. That was only one time, but yeah, cold calling is great. Very low cost. You can get all the numbers from Google. You just scrape them. Use an extension called Instant Data Scraper. Put them into a CRM and then just hit the list. So I love cold calling. Thumbtack is also, it's pretty much Yelp in my opinion. It's very hit or miss as well. That's why I stopped it, because I was just tired of the low quality. People just trying to figure out who has the lowest price and then go with them. And you're fighting over the same lead. So it's a matter of who can get to the lead before the other person. But Thumbtack, I did hit like a jackpot client. It was $2,650, ultra deep clean, because the place, I mean, the carpets were soaked in cat piss. They had spiders on every inch of the ceiling. cockroaches in the kitchen. Like, it was terrible. They never cleaned it in 14 years, and people were living there. So I it's a hit or miss platform. Definitely do recommend it. It's something I want to get back into eventually once I have a little bit more revenue coming in where I could split the budget up and test that some more. But the last one is meta ads. And I know people have a lot of success on meta ads. I just haven't tried it yet. And out of all the platforms I mentioned, this is pretty much on par with Google as far as the amount of reach you're going to get and the targeting. It can be very targeted, but meta ads is also lower quality. You're going to get a higher volume, presumably, but lower quality because just think about it. Like, people on Facebook and Instagram, they're not looking for a cleaning service. If they're on Google, they are, right? They're interested in it. But if they're on Facebook and Instagram, they're just looking at bullshit and scroll. So you have to catch their attention with an offer. And I also like meta ads potentially because it links with the CRM very well, and then I can just automatically text people, put them in email nurture, and pretty much just have them in a database, build a database to reactivate them. So meta ads is definitely something I look forward to trying within the next month or two. And I'll probably make a tutorial on that because it's not too difficult to set up anymore now that the algorithm has become a lot more powerful. It's really all about the creative at this point. So yeah, this is all the lead gen methods, my top five, what I recommend. Again, test whatever you possibly can with whatever your budget allows. Figure out what works best for you. For example, I've tried Angie's leads, and those leads sucked here in Florida, at least in my experience. But I know somebody in Chicago who's using it, and he tells me that they're super high quality. He's like closing 7 out of 10 leads. Like, so it depends on where you are. Google pay-per-click ads work well where I'm at, but maybe they don't in a different place. It's just something that you need to test out. And once you figure that out, you just hammer it until you can't hammer it anymore. So I'm also feel like I'm in the stage of just testing all these lead gen methods. I know I've been running the business for a little over a year now, but I'm still just getting started. A year is really not that much time for a business. So just wanted to keep trying, see what works best. I'm going to analyze each of these lead channels because understanding the data is super important because then you know how to target your budget. But hopefully this can give you some more clarity. If you have any more questions or want me to create a video on a different topic, just let me know in the comments. But until then, take care, y'all.